I'm Sylvanians, and I make videos about Sylvanian families, also known as Calico critters. And today I'm sharing the details and photos of lots of new sets being released in Japan. I just posted a video about the new blind bags on the right, but there is a whole new fairy series being released too, and I thought it deserved its own video. So these are the new sets which we've got nice product photos of, and these are photos from an Epoch company event which shows some more new things which correspond to some leaks from a couple of weeks ago. So first are two items from a new series called the Fairy Charm Accessory Collection. We have more details for this one, which is described as being inspired by the moon shining in the sky of Sylvania Village and is called the Twilight version. The item itself is a stand and two keychain babies. Most excitingly is a second of the new style of fairy, which we first saw in the Fairy Castle in the Sky amusement park set. In comparison to that pink-themed one, this fairy figure has blue tips to their ears and a metallic blue dress. These fairies are even smaller than the newborn figures, but look quite different to the old Misty Forest fairies. This one has a gold rhinestone in their chest, along with a gold crown and translucent gold wings. The fairy looks to connect to this circular piece, which turns them into a keyring. And Creme Chocolate is also in this set, wearing a turquoise dress which also has a rhinestone on the front. Creme comes wearing a gold tiara and some sort of plastic wing or bow piece to turn her into a keyring too. Or she can be hooked onto the stand like this. I'm assuming that however this is done, it will be able to come on and off. The stand itself is a lovely design too. It could definitely be used as a decor piece on its own. It's shaped like a moon with some fancy white detailing, including a mini model of the fairy airship flying over the top. I can't quite tell from the pictures, but I think this blue part underneath the moon is meant to represent Sylvania, or perhaps just crystals? Let me know what you think it is. So that is a Twilight set. It's quite expensive at 7,000 yen and will be released on the 25th of April. This photo from the Epoch event shows it in real life, and the blue tips of the fairy ears look very bright. Also in the Fairy Charm series is this set, which is more purple tones and is called the Midnight version. The fairy is still a little bunny and has purple tipped ears, which look similar to the Hokkaido exclusive lavender rabbits. This fairy has a creamy top and a purple translucent skirt with a lilac gemstone in her chest. I like her little silver crown and the faint glitteriness in her wings. So the two fairy babies look similar with the same mould but just in different colours, and they definitely match with the existing pink fairy too. I like that we're getting different colours of these. And we'd love to see a yellow version, maybe green, or other colours as well. As for Creme, in the Midnight version of the Fairy Charm set, she has a white tiara and purple dress with little silver gemstones in the lace. So there is more differentiation between these two dresses, which I'm grateful for, as there are so many versions of Creme Chocolate in various sets already. The Epoch event had a photo of this set in the box, and the packaging is really beautiful. So these are those two sets. I assume the Midnight one functions in the same way as the Twilight version with the options for keychains too. Unlike most Sylvanians, these have got a warning label for ages 8 and above, indicating this is perhaps more of a collectible piece than a toy. And the press release to go along with this says they are aimed at kidults or adult fans, so it's nice that the brands are thinking about the wider market for Sylvanian families and not just children. Unfortunately, I have no indication if these will be available outside of Japan, so you may have to import this if you want it. The only kind of similar reference I have is this pendant item which was released last year, and I don't think has been made available outside of Japan yet. But I'm excited to see if we get other sets in this new Fairy Charm series, as these are number 1 and 2 with a new Japanese reference code. So next I have photos of a new fairy themed collection. These were shown at a presentation by Epoch, the brand who makes Sylvanian Families, for the 40th anniversary. There's a really interesting article showing the presentation, which includes how the figures and brand has changed over 40 years, so I'll link it in the description and would definitely recommend taking a look through that. But for now, I'm just going to focus on the new items. They said the new line will have a fantastical world view that focus on the mysterious existence of fairies. 3 of the sets were on show, and these actually correspond to some leaks from last month. On the left is a fairy tower with an included baby and fairy. This promo photo shows it slightly better, and it has a gorgeous nature-inspired theme with a roof that looks like pink flowers and various mossy or leaf layers. There's also a slide and swing, and platforms and doors for the babies to go behind too. In the top right of that photo is a new little fairy. In this close-up of the real-life set, we can see it's a brand new fennec fox fairy, which they call a honey fairy. This isn't the best quality image, but she has a pink petal skirt and wings, and also a flower wand in her hand. I would love if the fairy can actually hold this, but I'm not sure if they just attached it to her with tack or glue for the display. The figure is also on a clear rod piece to make it look like she's flying. I'm excited to see that they're turning more animals other than rabbits into these fairies. The other figure in this set is a sitting baby. This is Willow Deer baby girl Lida, who looks to be in a flower costume with purple and yellow petals around her head, which is very cute. I do like the vibe of this set, but wish the colours were a little more subdued and natural, but maybe it's just the lighting of this photo making it look very saturated. As I mentioned, this set was in one of the leaks, so from that we can see it will be released on the 14th of June and will cost 5,600 yen including tax. The next set is called the Fairies Mushroom House, and I love this. It's quite small and reminiscent of some of the old Misty Forest sets, with a fairy and a koala baby included. I think the baby has been making some stew, with a large pot on the left and a small bowl to eat at the mushroom table. The house is also a mushroom with an orangey coral capped roof, and I'm guessing there's a little bit of space inside. Again, I think the colours are a little bright in this real life photo, but it does give us another angle. This tiny mushroom figure looks to be free to move around, as maybe a little friend for the baby and fairy. I really enjoyed the baby's outfit. It's duly outbacked the koala in a purple mushroom print and a fabric mushroom cap hat. This fairy figure is definitely not a rabbit or fennec fox, but I'm not quite sure what animal it is. They're wearing a yellow and cream gown, which is slightly longer, and have a plastic hat. From the leaked catalogue, we can see this will also be released on the 14th of June, but is a little cheaper than the Fairy Tower set at 4,400 yen including tax. To me, it is very reminiscent of the Misty Forest tree stump set, which came with a mushroom fairy too. In fact, I think the fairy ones are the same mould. And of course, we have had some mushroom themed babies in recent blind bags too, and I think these will all look great together. If I had to guess, I'd assume these two sets will be on Amazon Japan, but maybe they will keep this series as an official store exclusive. I'm just not too sure yet. The final set shown at this Epoch event was a large playset. I can't find any promo pictures for this yet, or product details, but I'd guess it will have a name to do with a magical tree or waterfall or something, and at least some of these babies will probably be included too. I think this fairy is a cat figure with a yellow and blue outfit and silver wand and tiara. There looks to be quite a few moving and playable features in this, like the big moon at the top and yellow slide. The tree has a face, which I guess we'll be able to twist around, and maybe there's a storage section behind it, and there are even more of these little creature friends too. So this new fairy theme is definitely fun to see, and I'm excited to see where it goes next with the new style of fairy. I'm also very interested in the storyline behind these lines, especially with the tiny creatures, and if we'll see some smaller playsets too. Moving on to more new items, there's confirmation of a 40th anniversary box set. This will be made in conjunction with a Japanese publisher called Shogakukan, and will include a history book with pop-up features for displaying figures, and 3 baby figures in special costumes. These were originally released in the collaboration with Jill Stewart Perfume last year, but weren't available for purchase at the time. They are Mabel Fontana, the latte cat, in dark pink, Graham Chocolate in the middle in pale pink, and on the right, Uni Fennec wearing purple and turquoise. They're all quite frothy, layered dresses with little bows on their ears. The press release for this says it will be available in winter. I'm keen to see if this is different to the previous anniversary books too. Keeping with the 40th anniversary theme, the Harvest Hill theme park in Osaka will be giving out these little pink bags with admission to the park from today. It will cost 1,500 yen and is cute but might be limited in number. It would be nice to use for carrying figures around and will probably be available through second-hand markets like Kobee Japan. Next is a new wedding couple set from a brand called Very Card. They specialise in telegrams and gifts for celebrations like graduations, births and weddings. And from the 2nd of May, they will be adding a new option for a gift with 2 chocolate rabbit figures dressed in adorable wedding outfits. Again, this is the best and only photo I have, but the outfits look cute with embroidered details on the groom's waistcoat and bride's dress. No news yet on the price, and if we'll see this particular version of the chocolate rabbit wedding pair available outside of Japan, I imagine there might be an exclusivity right to Very Card. The penultimate new item I have to show today is this special version of Freya chocolate. This is only for shareholders of Japan Craft Holdings, which run the Forest Handicraft shops, and the shareholders must have at least 1,000 shares to receive it. So for most of us collectors, I expect Freya will only be available through the secondary markets too. The final set announced by Sylvanian Families Japan is a little unusual as it has already been released overseas, and I actually also already own part of this. So these are to do with the 40th anniversary items, and is a combined set of the Baby Dream amusement park and the fantastical fairy tale friends. In Japan, this will be called something like the Dream Coloured Castle Amusement Park Happiness Dream. Maybe it makes more sense in Japanese. But either way, I have spoken about the two parts of this set before, so won't rehash it too much. The amusement park set is a new mould, though similar to the baby amusement park. It comes with Creme Chocolate, the rabbit baby, who is wearing a fancy blue layered dress and a purple tiara. The other 4 babies are known as the fantastical fairy tale friends in the UK and elsewhere, and the 5 babies in this Japanese version all look cute together. I will link this video unboxing the fantastical fairy tale friends if you'd like to see those ones in more detail. This set will be released in Japan on the 19th of April, so almost a month after the UK, which is just unheard of nowadays, and that will cost 8,980 yen. But those are all the new sets in Japan, all quite exciting, but I'm especially interested in the new fairy series. So let me know which of these items you're most excited for, and especially what you think of the new Fairyland and Fairy Charm products. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like Sylvanian Families content, then subscribe to this channel, as I post videos every week about everything Sylvanian, including unboxings and hauls, as well as news and announcements like this.